Bregenz Festival is a music festival for classical music with a focus on the lake stage, on the opera open-air production we have here. We have concerts, we have opera productions, we have contemporary music, theater, we have drama. Well, it's a huge set. Even for Bregenz standards, it's a huge set. Very, very close to the audience area, and it's very, very wide. Plus, it's very deep. Preparation especially for the lake stage, takes a long time. So we start 3 to 4 years before opening night. For the audio part, the most important part is to place the speakers or to hide the speakers in the set. The actors, the singers, they take the whole area. It's very difficult for us to keep track with the amplification wherever they are. But that's one thing we really focus on here, to make it as easy as possible for the audience to follow the singers. They just listen and they know. That's the goal. And we have close to 7,000 seats here. The Lawo MC² 96 is a center part of front of house. It takes care of all the ins and outs that are going through the system, which is quite extensive. So we really maxed out our 512 license. This year we really use the new features of multi-channel formats. So you can use any multi-channel format you want. And we use like mono, of course, and stereo, but also 5.1, 9.1.4 on the same production. That's really handy that you can do that now. We have the orchestra, the Wiener Symphoniker, sitting inside the Festspielhaus, and we transmit them to the lake stage outside. So there are close to 60 mics only for the orchestra. We have 2 guys mixing, one guy mixing only the voices, another guy mixing the orchestra, the stage musicians, and well, everything else. We have 3 main goals to achieve here. First goal is to, well, make it louder so everyone can hear. The second goal to achieve is we want to create a nice acoustic surrounding. Here we have a huge audience area. We don't have walls, we don't have a ceiling, we don't have a back wall. So we have to recreate all of this. The goal here is to really surround the audience with a very natural surrounding room. So we use a lot of room mics in the hall to mic the room and to recreate it outside. On top of that, we also have a reverberation system. It's called Vivace by Müller BBM. So we mix these 2 signals, well, the room mics plus the Vivace system for the surrounds. The third goal is to amplify the singers where they are on stage, and if they move, the amplification has to move with them. So that's the 3D audio part of our system. And we have a custom-built machine for that. It's called the Spatial Soundstage by Fraunhofer Institute. We can feed 64 objects into the machine, and this machine helps us to move the objects throughout the sound system. Big advantage of the Lawo console is that they can handle a lot of channels. With the help of many VCA groups, we group them really together so you can mix the whole show with 4 fingers. Most of the show we just have 2 faders for orchestra plus reverb, and then another fader for the stage musicians and another fader for choir. But all of that makes, like, I don't know, more than 100 channels. It's very reliable. We have a lot of sound effects. We pre-produce them in 9.1.4 to really use the whole immersive possibilities that we have here. Birds, some crows, some wind, some wolves howling. We have a church tower here, so of course we have a bell. The other challenge was to make sure that the radio mics work in this set. Basically, the set consists of a huge pool, and the actors really use the water. They are swimming, they are diving, they are kneeling into the water, they play with the water. And we tested a lot of different mics to make sure that they still work once they get wet. If you come here to see the original Freischütz, you may be disappointed because it's something else. If you come here to have a good night to be entertained for 2 hours, maybe that's the right spot to come.